Okay, so there's this one really explosive rumor that's just sent shockwaves through the entire cricket world. We're talking about three powerhouse nations, a potential World Cup boycott. It's a lot, so let's dive right in and figure out what's really going on here. And we're not talking about just any tournament. This is the T20 World Cup. One of the biggest stages in the entire sport. And that word, boycott, that's not a word you just throw around lightly. A claim like this could literally change the face of the whole tournament. So here it is, the big question that is absolutely flooding social media and all the cricket forums right now. Is Pakistan boycotting the 2026 T20 World Cup? Seriously, could one of the sport's biggest names really be considering a move that drastic? And you see language like this, right? Pakistan might take a solidarity stance, sending a strong message to the ICC. This stuff is pulled straight from media reports, and it's what's really fanning the flames. When you hear phrases like solidarity stance or strong message, it makes it sound like this is way more than just a rumor. It feels like a calculated move is in the works. But is it real, or is it just a ton of media hype right before a major tournament? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. Let's cut through all that noise, trace the story right back to the beginning, and separate what we know from what people are just guessing. All right, so to really get a grip on this boycott rumor, we've got to go back, way back to where it all began. And here's the thing, you might be surprised to find out that this whole story, it didn't actually start with Pakistan. Nope, the whole thing actually kicked off because of some serious concerns raised by Bangladesh. They went to the ICC, the International Cricket Council, and formally told them they had issues with playing matches in India. And that's where the seed for this whole Pakistan boycott rumor was planted. And listen, these were not small complaints. We're talking about really fundamental issues here. Things like security for the players, the political tensions that are always kind of simmering between the nations, and this deep-seated worry about whether they'd get fair treatment, both on and off the field. So how in the world did we get from Bangladesh having some very legitimate concerns to this viral story about Pakistan boycotting the whole thing? Well, this is the point where speculation completely took over the narrative. All of a sudden, media reports and, YouTube commentary, they just ran with it. People started connecting dots, maybe dots that weren't even there, and claimed that Pakistan would support Bangladesh by joining them in a boycott. That's how the story just exploded. Okay, this right here is the perfect way to see the huge gap between the rumor and the reality. On the one hand, you have all the speculation, right? Pakistan is sympathetic, the PCB is unhappy, a boycott is being considered, but then you look at what we actually know. The official status? Nothing. Absolutely zero official confirmation from the PCB. No formal announcement. No written withdrawal sent to the ICC. It's a blank slate. So let's be crystal clear about this. The crucial point is this. Right now, at this very stage, the boycott story is not a confirmed decision. It's all just talk, media analysis, without a single official action to back it up. But even if it's just a rumor, it's worth asking why this idea has so much power, right? Because let's be honest, if this what-if scenario actually happened, wow, the consequences would be absolutely massive for everyone in the sport. Think about it. If Pakistan were to actually boycott, the fallout would be huge. We're talking serious financial, political, and sporting consequences that would ripple through the entire cricketing world, from the top executives in the boardrooms all the way down to us, the fans in the stands. And for Pakistan itself, the risks would be just enormous. First, you've got the money, a potential loss of a ton of revenue from the ICC. Then there's the risk of penalties or sanctions. And maybe worst of all, you could be looking at some serious long-term damage to their relationships with other cricket nations. Oh, and the ICC wouldn't get off easy either, not by a long shot. A move like this would raise serious questions about their credibility. Can they even manage these big disputes? They'd be under massive pressure to deal with these fairness concerns, and it could create some really deep divisions between all the member countries. And then there's us, the fans, right? What about us? A World Cup without a major team like Pakistan just wouldn't feel right. It would feel incomplete. The competition wouldn't be as fierce, and a lot of that excitement, that magic that makes these tournaments so special would just be gone. Okay, so with all these massive stakes on the line, what do the experts think is going to happen? What's the most likely outcome here? Let's take a look at what history and, the top cricket analysts are telling us. Well, the general feeling among cricket experts is pretty clear on this one. A full-on boycott is highly, highly unlikely. Why? Well, for a few key reasons, but mostly because the financial and sporting risks are just way too high. So, instead of some dramatic withdrawal, the path forward is probably going to look a lot more like this. First, a boycott is unlikely. The risks are just too big. So what happens next? You can expect negotiations. The ICC is almost certainly going to step in and try to find some kind of diplomatic solution. Because in the end, diplomacy usually wins out over withdrawal. I mean, past controversies have almost always been solved through talking it out, not walking away. And this quote really says it all. Historically, Pakistan has always prioritized participation over protest in ICC events. This context is so important. When they've faced similar situations before, they've pretty much always chosen to play in the big tournaments while they work out the issues behind the scenes. Their history points to dialogue, not disappearance. So when we talk about this whole thing, we're really talking about this word speculation, right? It's any claim that's based on media analysis and social media chatter, not on officially confirmed facts from the source, like the PCB or the ICC. It's a great story, but it's missing that one crucial piece: confirmation. So what's the final verdict here? Honestly, for all of us, it's pretty simple. Wait for official announcements. Just try to avoid the rumors and the hype. Until we hear something directly from the PCB or the ICC, everything else is just noise. You know, this whole debate is actually a brilliant example of how global sports, politics, and security can all just collide on the world stage. It's a powerful reminder that these huge international events are never ever just about the game itself, are they? And that kind of leaves us with one last big question to chew on. When global sports and national politics smash into each other like this, who's actually responsible for finding a solution? Is it the teams, the big governing bodies, or someone else entirely? Something to think about.